Hey everyone, I'm back again and it feels like forever. I've had a couple of days off with my birthday happening, and quick shout out before we dive into everything with you guys today. And thank you to each and every one of you guys who took the time to actually reach out to me and wish me a happy birthday. Always touches my heart so much. So really grateful for you guys to spend that time. And today I'm really excited to be back and diving into what is hopefully going to be a message that absolutely serves you. And it's really back on another favorite topic of mine, as you guys know, all around relationships. You guys know I eat this stuff up, and I'm hoping that it serves you because I work with clients who are in relationships. I work with partners, so I work in the relationship coaching realm with both of them. I work with individuals, and I definitely work with people who are single and looking for love. And so whatever realm you kind of fit in, you might even be kind of on the other side where you're single and you're definitely not looking, right? Like maybe you're kind of blocking that. Maybe you've had some challenging experiences and this is potentially a topic that's you don't really want to go there. So wherever you are situated in the realm of intimate relationship, whether you're in one, whether you're looking for one, or whether you're definitely not looking for one and don't want one, wherever you are right now, I'd love to hear from you. If you have the courage to share with me where you're at, and definitely I want you guys to play along at home, and let's kind of dive into this amazing topic, and let's make sure that we really are looking at it from a perspective of the right way to go about things in terms of our fulfillment. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, basically, what I mean by that is I want us to be looking at the realm of relationship and intimacy, not as a source to go and get something that's missing, but actually an opportunity for us to share what we've already created within. So that when we go to the realm of intimate relationship, it's a place that we go to give and share and expand what's already great, rather than what most of us tend to do, which is end up in this realm of, oh my gosh, like I'm missing something, I'm lacking something, and I have to go out there and I have to get something. So today's message is to learn to live for yourself, not for a real or an imagined partner. Okay, now really let this one sink in, okay? Because it might take some really confronting questions that you might need to ask yourself and sit with. But the ultimate aim of all of these conversations that we have is to get you into truth. Now, truth can be confronting, the reasons why we do what we do. We tend to be very good at deceiving ourselves, when we have different things that it's challenging for us to acknowledge why we do what we do, maybe for less empowering reasons. But the realm of relationship is definitely one in which we can feel when we're not in relationship, we can feel like something's missing. And ultimately we go on this journey and this search thinking, oh, we'll find the one, we'll find this amazing human being that we can be in relationship with, and then everything will be amazing. I've got maybe the success, or I've got the job, or I've got my family's great, or, I've got great health, but I don't have a future that, that I want to move into with another human being. I've not found that person, and there's something missing in my life, right? And, albeit that we as human beings are connection machines, right? We're all about, having other people, connections in our lives, friendships, family relationships, intimacy in our lives. They're all connected to our human needs. But why you do what you do has it's the intention behind it that is really playing out in your life as to whether what you're doing is really healthy and improving your life, or whether what you're doing is actually detrimental to your own personal relationship with yourself and the health and the direction of your life. So basically it comes down to a lot of people who are searching for something in the external is because they've placed their self-worth in external sources, whether they have the job or the car or the money or the partner, or the kids or the family or, whatever it is. It's something in the external environment that their self-worth is directly connected to. So if they do not have the very thing that their self-worth is connected to, they don't feel worthy, right? They don't feel like a whole human being. They feel like something's missing. They feel like something's wrong with them, all right? And so what they do is they're operating in a realm where they're searching for their self-worth in some external source. And what it becomes is, I need to get something from somebody else, right? So when we talk about the topic that we're talking about today, which is learning to live for yourself rather than for a real or an imagined partner, what I mean is stop either looking for somebody else to fulfill your life and your sense of self-worth, or stop living your life based on your partner and what they feel is acceptable or good or what's ever going to give you the quote unquote love, right? Or the acceptance or the approval or whatever it is that you're specifically seeking, and realize that you may have attached your sense of self-worth to an external source, such as your partner or a future partner that you're living your life for until I find the one. And what you're going to do is you're going to completely ruin the longevity of that relationship, the quality of that relationship, because when you handball the responsibility of your self-worth to any other human being, be them already in your life or some future person who you're wanting to bring into your life, your relationship dynamic will not be the meeting of two equals who get to pitch and catch with one another and enhance each other's lives. It'll be a needy dynamic where you need them to accept or approve or whatever to you in order for you to feel like you're a worthy human being. And if they operate in any other way, you make that mean something personal about your sense of worth, at the end of the day, that's a needy connection that drains yourself and the other person, because they're an imperfect human being, probably trying to get something from you, in order to prove their significance and their self-worth as well. So it's really important to know why we do what we do, what's driving our behavior, and anything that we deem missing in our lives, in some external form. What we really need to do is recognize that, and we need to know that that thing that we think is missing is the very thing that's not. It's not that we need to look for it in the external world. It's actually that we need to own it within. So, I work with different people, and, a lot of them, like I mentioned, they're looking for that special relationship. That's what one of their goals might be. And then, I want them to identify, what is it specifically about that relationship what do you think that relationship is going to give to you? What do you feel is missing before you get that relationship? Most of the time, a person's initial answer is going to be love. I want love. I want connection. Okay, great. You want those things. That's super healthy. It's really good for us to want love and connection with people in our external world. But if you want to be the quality of partner who doesn't go to your relationship to try and needily get something, and you can't feel fulfilled without them giving it to you, and you instead want to be the kind of partner who enhances somebody else's life, and that you allow them to enhance yours, so that what you co-create with one another is even better than what you could have created by yourselves, but you're not needing them to be a certain way, and you're not needing anything from them. You just choose to be together because you can do that enhancement of each other's lives, and give each other freedom to be fully who you are as individuals, and not step on the toes of that, or not connect and intertwine our sense of self-worth to how another human being shows up. Then you have to ask yourself the kind of questions regarding why do you want a partner? And a really good example that I had play out in my life about a year or so ago was a situation happened in my relationship where my partner did something that was dishonest, and my past self would have been Like, that's it. See you later, so long. Completely cut ties, very black and white, chopped, catcher. I'm out. But that would have been because I connected my sense of self-worth to the actions of my partner. And when this particular partner did something that was dishonest, it wasn't right, wasn't the right thing to do. I definitely didn't condone the behavior. But I had a really weird experience, which was it didn't impact me or affect me on a personal level whatsoever. And it actually gave me an opportunity to see how much I'd grown in my own self-love and my own self-acceptance within myself. And given we've always got plenty more to go. I know I've got a ton more to do in this realm of self-acceptance and self-love, but to be able to compare my previous past self to this, about a year ago self, it was a really empowering moment to see that how far I'd come in terms of coming from very codependent relationships where I absolutely relied on my partner for a sense of self-worth, to this point where I disconnected my sense of self-worth to my partner's behaviors. Now, that might sound common sense, like, yeah, what your partner does shouldn't have any bearing on your sense of self-worth. Like, we're not crazy, right? But on a subconscious level, we as human beings absolutely tend to tie our sense of self-worth to the actions and behaviors of our intimate partners in particular, but all people that we seek to get some sort of approval and acceptance and love from. So when we can know that about human nature, and the next time you feel like, oh, your sense of self-worth is connected to something in the external, whether that be you need to get something in the external, the job, the recognition, the money, the partner, the family, whatever it is, when you can see that if you don't get it, you feel empty and you feel a sense of lacking of self-worth, or you're in a relationship and your partner does something that's, connected to your sense of self-worth. You feel like, oh my God, they did that. They looked or checked out that other person. Oh, what does that mean about me? Maybe they cheated on you and you're like, oh my gosh, that means something about me, or whatever about your sense of self-worth. Then really what you need to do is you need to look at exactly what you're trying to get from that person or that outcome, and you need to go, awesome. That is the exact work that I need to do in my life. All right. So for me, it's always been about trust. Right? Like if somebody puts their trust in me, it's been very fulfilling. But if somebody didn't put their trust in me, I felt, my sense of self-worth was diminishing, right? That was one of mine. And, that's part of why I'm so grateful for, people putting their trust in me, you guys listening to me, you guys getting any sort of value from this. But at the same time, I've gotten to a place where I can appreciate that so much, but at the same time, I'm conscious not to allow, what people choose to do or not do with my help or with my support, particularly with clients, particularly with people close to me in my life. I have to be very conscious about not connecting my sense of self-worth to other people, maybe not putting their trust in me, because if I do that, I'm just trying to get something from the external world rather than be an empowered person who trusts myself and my own abilities and doesn't need the validation of that trust from an external source in order to feel worthy and valuable. All right. So there's a difference. So I hope that me sharing this is of value to you guys, and you just get yourself asking the question, what is an external thing that I'm after in my life, whether it be a relationship again, or a job, or some sort of goal, or whatever it is in your external world. And I want you to ask yourself, what is it that I feel is missing? What do I feel that thing or that person is going to give me that's currently missing? And that becomes your work that you need to be doing for yourself so that you can actually learn to live for yourself and not for some real or imagined, partner, or not for society, or not for your perception of what people expect from you. don't attach your sense of self-worth to any sort of external source. That is the cause of your suffering. And it is your own prison that you end up imprisoning yourself in. You need to give yourself freedom to be all of who you are by living from the inside out rather than the outside in. All right, so I really hope that this message serves you and supports you. Definitely want to jump into the comments, and I want to hear from you guys. Want to say hi to you guys. So drop me a comment. Have you got any questions or comments or words of wisdom? All the rest of it, you guys know I love getting to check in with you guys. So let me dive in. I've got Judy in the house, and Jürgen, and Patty, and Sherry, and Ram. Hello to you, my friend. And Sat Parish. Prosh, good to see you as well. And Luca and Goldie, good morning to you, or good afternoon where I am. But I hope this message has resonated with you guys and served you, and just gets you thinking about, where are you placing your sense of self-worth? If it's in anything that's outside of your heart, then you're going to have some challenges. You're going to feel out of control. You're not going to be able to live authentically, because when we place our sense of self-worth in an external source, we want to mold ourselves to the expectations of that source. And that can oftentimes, if not always, go against what's actually truly authentic for us. All right. So, and all that does, if you end up being successful in getting, the approval or the acceptance or the love for molding yourself to the expectations of that external source, you know what it does? It actually just reinforces to yourself at the deepest level that you are not good enough as you are, your authentic self, and the only way you're going to get the acceptance and validation and love from those external sources is if you become somebody other than yourself. So you don't want that reinforcement, right? It's much better to show up, live for yourself, be you, be authentic, and that takes some discovering sometimes. Make your own choices, be guided by your internal world. Be okay with making mistakes. Know that you'll always figure it out. You'll be okay. You'll be figuring it out, because then you set yourself up for an opportunity to be loved for the truth of who you are. And the more reinforcements that you get of that, the better, and that's how you can use your external world as a validation tool, what's already validated and being operated from the direction of within. All right. Now that is an empowered life, and that is one that will project you forward into a life that's worth living for you as an individual, not one that you might be surrounded by a bunch of people who give you some so-called acceptance or validation or approval or love, for being a molded version to what you perceive their expectations to be. Okay, so hope this one hits you guys in the heart, because it is so empowering to know that you're living a life that's true to yourself and not molding it to some either real or imagined partner. All right, so, and I can see Dennis, awesome as always, grateful that this was of value to you, my friend, and good to see you as always. And Juan, buenos days, hello to you, good day to you, and Rod's here as well, and Lacey's in the house, nice. So really hope that today's message has served you. As always, you guys know I'm sending you all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I really do hope that it's beautiful, amazing, and extraordinary, that you're doing something super empowering, and today's message has definitely served you. And again, just a shout out to all you beautiful souls who shot me over some birthday love, touched my heart. Much love to each and every one of you guys, and I cannot wait to see you all tomorrow. Much love.